Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out. So I'm going to tell you a little story. The other morning, my alarm went off, and I try and set my alarm half an hour before I actually have to get out of bed because I hate getting out of bed. So I prep myself. I hit the snooze button several times, and it's kind of routine, and I really enjoy that. I love having the feeling of, oh, I have 8 more minutes until the alarm goes off again. Oh, another 8 minutes. So as I'm doing that, I begrudgingly get my phone and think, oh, I just don't want to get out of bed yet. And usually I don't get out of bed. So I grab my phone and I'm scrolling through it and looking at different things, checking Facebook, update my status, hashtag, is it Monday already? Hashtag, when does the weekend start again? And checking Twitter and all of my other little social media things. As I'm looking at Facebook, I come across this article, and Facebook has kind of changed in the last little bit. Instead of just people's status updates and pictures, there's a lot of articles and videos and things. So I'm looking at one of these articles, and it mentions something about social media. And being a comm major, I really have to stay up with social media, or so my teachers tell me. So I read this article, and there's some statistics in it. And I was really interested by it. In 2012, Cisco Communications, they did this study of 3,600 people from the ages of 18 to 30 within 18 different countries. And some of the statistics that they had really astounded me. So some of them, okay, well, let's try this. There we go. Some of them were that 3 and 4 check their phones while in bed. And more than a third of them check their phones in the bathroom. 46% of people text, email, and check their social media during meals. 60% say that they're compulsive about checking their smartphones, and 42% feel anxious when they're disconnected. And I have a story that I'll share with you a little bit later about that as well. And 2/3 say that they spend the same amount of time or more with friends online as they do in person. So looking through those statistics, I was just astounded by those numbers and thinking that's kind of sick, that 3 and 4 people check their phones while in bed. And of course, I'm laying in bed reading this statistic and I think, oh my gosh, I'm one of those people. So it got me thinking a little bit. And so I did a little bit more research about this subject and about the use of our phones and how things have changed and evolved just in the last 15 years. 15 years ago, if somebody tried to call you and you were out of the house, you didn't have a cell phone maybe, what would they do? They would leave a message on your answering machine. You would get home whenever you did, and you'd have a little notepad next to your answering machine, and you would write down, oh, this person called and their number and what they wanted. And then when you had time, you would call them back. But what is it like today? How has that changed? Now, if somebody calls you and you don't answer and the next 2 minutes you don't respond to them, then they get a little freaked out. Like, what's going on? Why aren't they answering? Are they mad at me? Is something wrong? Let me try text them. So I'll text them. Oh, they're not responding my text message either? Like, something seriously is going on with these people. And they must hate me. What did I do? And, I've had this with friends where I see their text message and I think, oh, I don't have time right now. I'm helping with a wedding and, yeah, I'll get back to them later. And then I get 3 more text messages. I know that you checked your text message. I can tell that you checked your text message. And why aren't you responding? You must hate me and we're done. We're never going to be friends again. And so then I have to go through this whole process of, I'm sorry, I was busy. Like, I couldn't get to you right away. And that's how the world has really changed, is that we're this instant gratification kind of world. And, so there's a little comic that I found kind of about this. So I don't know if you can read it. It says, Our Connected World. And this guy says, where have you been? No email. You didn't text me. Not a clue on your blog. You didn't update your status on Facebook. It's like you fell off the face of the earth. And the girl says, did you not check Twitter? And he goes, oops, sorry. And he reads the status, upstairs, going to the bathroom, be back in 5. And it's kind of, a little funny kind of thing. But really, that's kind of how it is now. If you're not responding right away, then there must be something wrong. So we live kind of in this world where people think that we have to be so connected all the time. This instant kind of gratification. And so I really have been thinking a lot about this, is that we need to live more of an unplugged life. That as we disconnect, we can really connect with people on that intimate level that we're missing out on, that we haven't had in a while. So I want you to think about the different things that you might be missing out on because you are too connected with technology, too plugged into the world. I have this video that I found with Coca-Cola, and it's a little long and it's kind of funny, but I think it portrays this message really well. So.
Social media is great. It connects you to the world and the people you love. You can chat with your family or share a meal with friends and watch cute little cats do unbelievable things. Look, she sticks her head out of the box. But there are times when social media can get in the way of the real world. Remember that? It's the thing that happens when you run out of battery. That's why we've developed the Social Media Guard. It takes the social out of media and puts it back into your life. Let's see how it works. Social Media Guard.
So that's kind of a little silly thing, but I really love that Coca-Cola has realized that there is a problem with this, that people are so focused on their little screens that they're missing out on the real world. And sometimes I feel that way, where I'm like, oh my gosh, that sunset is so beautiful. So I'm taking a picture of it and I'm looking at it through this little screen. When if I put my phone down, my goodness, it's so much bigger. You are missing out on so much by focusing on the screen, by focusing on your technology, that you're missing out on real life interactions. I was looking at my Facebook today and I have 978 friends. That's pretty cool. I'm like, wow, I have 978 friends. I've really arrived. My next goal is to hit that 1,000 mark. But really, what does that mean at the end of the day? Like, I have 1,000 friends that every once in a while they'll like my status on Facebook. Whoop-de-doo. But if you only have a couple of real friends, that's worth so much more than those internet friends, where you have friends that you can go outside of the house and do things with, that you can enjoy that sunrise and sunset instead of liking their photo on their Instagram. There's so much that we're missing out on. There's restaurants now that they have what's called a technology box, and it's this little paper box, and they put it on the middle of the table, and when you get there for your meal, everyone has to put their phones in it, and then they close it up and seal it, and they put it at the end of the table, and at the end of your meal, then you can open the box and get your phone back. How sad is that they are requiring you to do that because you're so focused on your phone rather than on people and having those interactions. More people are taking Instagram photos of their food, and as we saw in that Coca-Cola commercial too, like, everyone take a picture of what we're gonna eat. Life is still gonna go on even if you don't take a picture of what you're eating every meal, I promise. And I promise that you're gonna like the food just as much as if you took the picture. We're just missing out on so much social one-on-one interactions, things that technology can't provide. Humans need physical interaction. We need to have that touch every once in a while, and a computer can't give us that. As many times as people like your status, that's gonna boost you up a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's not gonna provide what you really need. So my challenge is that you spend more time in real life. Spend more time interacting with people. Don't let life pass you by and live it through your tiny little screen. Because while it seems fun and great, and social media is a wonderful tool, I mean, there's so many things that have come because of it. And we're able to be more connected and receive things instantly, different information and news stories. But it's not a way that we can live our lives. And so my challenge is that put down your phones more. Go an afternoon without checking your email. I was babysitting last night and I accidentally left my phone at home and I freaked out. 10 minutes after my friend left to go have a date with her husband, I realized I don't have my phone. Oh my gosh. So I'm thinking, how can I possibly get my phone? I know. I'll call my phone because I don't know anyone else's number because I don't have to memorize people's numbers. I'll call my phone, it's on vibrate, maybe one of my roommates will hear it, maybe they'll pick it up and then they can answer and then they can bring it to me, which sounds ridiculous, right? And then I realized there's not even a house phone in this house, so I have no way of even calling my cell phone, which is on vibrate, and who knows where it is and who knows if they'll be able to find it. So I went almost 6 hours without my phone and I freaked out just a little bit, but it was so nice because I had more interaction and although there's cute things, I'm like, oh, you're adorable, let me I don't have a phone to take a picture, that's okay. But I have those memories with them and that's okay. I came home and I had 6 messages and I had 4 missed calls and all these different things and about 20 emails, but it's okay. My life still went on and it's all right. So my challenge, put your phone down a little bit more, have more social interaction with your friends, and I promise that you're going to have a more abundant life as you really interact with people rather than through your tiny little 2-inch screen.